Hello everybody, my name is Shannon Clements. Some call me the nomadic author, others call me mental. Why? Because I like to think a lot. And today what I want to think about, actually talk about, it's on my mind, is about, remember in a previous video I showed you how I was cleaning out the tires and everything, cleaning rocks and stuff out of the tire, and I showed you how I ended up having to replace a tire. Actually, I replaced two tires. I said $400 for the tire in front, $500 for the one in the rear. That's a total of $900 in tires I spent already. So and it's basically due to tread for the front, and then the one in the back had a nail in it. It was in the outer tread, so therefore it was illegal for them to actually plug the tire. They had to replace the whole tire. And see, and that's the reason why I was saying that it's crucial that you do your pre-trips. Go over your truck, because you never know what it is that somebody has on their mind. Now, see, the other day, I had just got finished talking to management about a few issues that I had. And I had come out, and it was one of those situations where as soon as you come out the building, you cross the parking lot, you go into your area, and then all of a sudden your stomach get to moving, and you're like, oh, I got to go. And then all of a sudden somebody want to walk up and talk to you. Start a conversation. And you standing there, you trying not to be, I said this in the previous video a little while back, and you standing there trying to be courteous, this is a fellow co-worker or whatever, but at the same time, you ready to tell them, like, look, man, I got to go take a shit. I don't have time. And plus, on top of that, I was already running behind schedule to go get my next load. Now, I had to admit, I just went on there and just being courteous to a fellow co-worker. Went and kicked it with him for a hot second, about 5 minutes. But then I had to walk it, go do what I had to do. So I walked on. But the one thing that he brought up was the exact same thing that I've had other people talk to me about, which was my truck. And what they was talking to me about was my truck, but in the form of my truck becoming theirs. And I'm sitting there like, how you gonna sit there and just kick it with me about my truck becoming yours? How do you know I was even planning on getting rid of it? And then it clicked to me, it dawned on me, it clicked in my mind, and it dawned on me that I remember something that my teacher, my old instructor, because I used to take a class that taught me how to be a mechanic, a vehicle mechanic. And he told me, I show you how to steal a car. Now, when he said how he was going to steal a car, he didn't mean go ahead and take certain objects to the vehicle, and getting it started and skirting off from somebody's driveway or whatever. He wasn't talking about doing it that way. He was talking about in a very professional manner, as to where that person's car will become yours. If not dirt cheap, that practically damn near free. But he turned around and after he do certain things to fix up what he screwed up, then he turned around and sell it for a profit. You heard me right. What he screwed up. Not meaning that you brought your vehicle into the shop and he fixed something and then screwed it up, something else, and it become, and you had to constantly keep coming back, bringing the car back and all this other stuff. No. Meaning, these people that you trust in your vehicle, with, they got all your information from your credit card number to your home address, phone number, all that good stuff. And just a little research will unveil some other things as well. Now, while you sleep. They even know where you work at, because you blabbing it off back to them. You know what I'm saying? You talk to them. They know what shift you on. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you get to where people want to start tinkering with your car while you sleep. At home in bed, sleep. And you come out in the morning, you know what I'm saying? It'll get down the road, get you to work, and then all of a sudden it don't start, and they need to call you again. And then something else, you can fix that, and then something else, and they get to the point where this car has become a headache. I need to get rid of it. And then they throw and tell you all this other stuff that's going on with it. Like, I'll take it off your hands for such and such. But you know, at the Blue Book value is worth this much. But at the same time, it got so much stuff that's wrong with it. Take it off my hands. I'm about to get me something new. Now, this is what dawned on me, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that little incident over there with this headlight, I showed it on video. I didn't do nothing that caused that, but it's like a little small puncture. Like somebody took a screwdriver to it and put it right through there, you know what I'm saying? It's like a little small chip. Like instead of the screwdriver, you know what I'm saying, probably use a chisel. You know what I'm saying, went right through there and put a hole in there. Now with me going through the being trained process, I know what it looks like with a cracked headlight. You know what I'm saying? When you bag into somebody's headlight, I know what happens to it. It cracks. It doesn't just put a hole in it. It cracks that goddamn headlight. There's no crack in there. It's just a hole. But then again, you know what I'm saying? It could just be me in my mind running wild or whatever. But I noticed that I keep running into issues with a brand spanking new truck. It's only 1 year old. And I'm just wondering if I'm going to take it in for one of these vehicle inspections one day. And then something break down on the engine or whatever. So where this truck has become, over the period of time, starting to become a headache to me. As to where, and then I know, then it goes even further, you know what I'm saying, because you got, I think one of the issues that I went and spoke to management about is about the loads that I was picking was not being put on my plate like it's supposed to. It was being given to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned it in the previous video. I lost over $5,200 worth of loads, you know what I'm saying, for the week. And everything that I get from this week is not going to be nowhere near what I could have earned. I'm on a whole different path that I wasn't supposed to be on in the first place. I'm supposed to be on a whole different path. I'm not going to make this a long video, but here's how people don't tell you. This, you know what I'm saying, this is why certain people, you know what I'm saying, they, instead of going and buying brand new trucks, they go get a used truck. You know what I'm saying, they go to these dealerships and get a nice little used truck for about 10 grand. You know what I'm saying, if you really pay attention to how much these trucks really cost, a $10,000 truck is like buying a $200 car out of one of these places called Mother Waddles or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Where they sell these cars for dirt. People are donating these cars and they sell it to you as is, whatever, like an auction. You don't know what the hell you're getting for 10 grand. It might run for a little bit, but it is, you know what I'm saying? But if you look at how much these trucks really cost, these trucks cost, you know what I'm saying? I was looking at somebody, I thought trailers alone was like maybe 10 grand. 15, 20 grand brand new. No, the trailers, brand new, run you about 50 grand, 45, 50 grand. You see what I'm saying? These trucks cost around anywhere from 80. You know what I'm saying? That's the smaller trucks, you know what I'm saying? But then you get the ones with the sleepers and all the other good stuff added on to it. You're talking about every bit of about 130, 150. Your truck costs more than these people in these Lexuses and all thinking they hot shit. And these vets. You know what I'm saying? Your truck costs more than that. And you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's a workhorse. It's making you money. But if you starting to run into money pit problems with your truck, and then on top of that, you can't earn money, that means somebody's trying to starve you out of the business. Now, it's either one or two people. One, it's the company itself. They got their employees fucking with your shit. Why? Because the company looking at your truck, if I can get rid of you, I can buy your truck from the leasing agency or whatever for dirt cheap. And put it to work, you know what I'm saying? They know there's only X amount of miles on it. So you have pop tire here. You get into a tight situation there, crushed fin. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying your damnedest, you know what I'm saying, to get into that one little tight spot that the companies just happen to put you in. And all that good stuff, man. And you get a crushed fin. You know what I'm saying? You can't help the deer. I had a deer headbutt my truck. Looking at it, just ran it straight and just headbutted. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this deer? You know what I'm saying? So you can't help the deer. But if you start to run into mechanical problems, that's somebody, you know what I'm saying, and it's a brand spanking new truck. People will tell you that it's brand, you know what I'm saying, with brand spanking new trucks, things can go wrong. That's where you start running into recall issues, and the recalls have you take your truck in and get it fixed for free because it's something that can happen at the company. You know what I'm saying, that makes these products. That's when, and then you have warranties and all the other stuff too. Now the warranties on older trucks, where, like I said, they spend about 10, 12, 15 grand for the truck. You know what I'm saying? The warranties ain't shit. Because it's an old goddamn truck with a lot of fucking miles on it, and it has issues that need to be taken care of. And you're gonna be fixing on that son of a bitch, doing serious mechanical work, dealing with them old trucks. Now when you dealing with brand spanking new trucks, like this was brand spanking new, it only had 1,000 miles on it, you know what I'm saying, when I first got it, and that was because it had to transport it from the leasing company directly to the company itself. That was transport miles. It wasn't like they hooked it up and, you know what I'm saying, that somebody actually drove it from the company directly to the other company, and then I picked it up. So that's how, you know what I'm saying, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying, they starve you out. You have to either become a company driver. They got to, the lease company, all they gonna do is take it, whatever in your escrow, take that, fix whatever it is that need to be fixed, and then put it on the chopping block and sell it. You see what I'm saying? So, and sell it, and then it depends on who actually buy the truck. It could be one of the drivers like I had that son the other day, talking about you in my truck. I'm not in your truck, motherfucker. Get away from my truck. I'm the one with the keys to these. You understand? I'm the one with my name on this. It's my shit. You know what I'm saying? I started to name a company. My shit. My shit trucking, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? It's my shit. But anyways, you know, I'm just talking shit right there on that issue. But I'm just saying, it's, when you approaching somebody like that, and talking about that's my truck, motherfucker, you lucky a motherfucker don't cuss you out. You know what I'm saying? You try to beat all the kind and all the other stuff all you want. No. A motherfucker trying to steal your truck from you. And they trying to do it while you sleep. Sleep in the bunk, you know what I'm saying, trying to catch you sleep. They working on your fucking truck while you sleep. Or sleep because you didn't understand or know what was going on. You got people out here who need trucks and they trying to start their own authorities and all that. They need good trucks and yours was brand spanking fucking new until they went to work on it. But it's only cosmetic issues. But the cosmetic issues, that shit costs. Like when I had that deer accident, I had to get that fixed. That was a $500 deductible I had to pay off of, and the insurance paid for the rest. Really, my deductible is more than that. But you know what I'm saying, at the same time, they cut it because the accident didn't cause that much damage. But if you got to sit there and replace a whole hood, because that's in order to get rid of that chip, ain't nobody gonna bundle that shit. They gonna try to replace that whole hood and charge it to you. So you know you gotta look up how much a hood costs. You don't need the window, don't need the mirrors, you know, so you can take the mirrors off and put it on the other hood, the new hood. But how much that hood costs? Even if you go for aftermarket parts, you know what I'm saying? The problem with aftermarket parts is just like my teacher taught me. Aftermarket means just that. It's made aftermarket. You know, in other words, you're not getting the original piece directly from the company. It's coming from another company that's subcontracted to make a part that's just like it, but is not the original. So therefore, it might not fit on there correctly. The holes might be in a different area, you know what I'm saying, and you can't screw it in or tighten it down or fasten it down, you know what I'm saying, like it needs to be done. Because the hose is in different areas. So now you got to change something else. You might have to change the brackets too. That's aftermarket parts. And something like that might have something wrong with it to where it won't fit correctly. Unless you get another piece which is aftermarket on top of that. Because after so many years go by, the original pieces is not getting made anymore. You're getting what is called aftermarket. Now, it does not necessarily means that that's going to happen like that, but that is one of the issues that you're dealing with when you're buying aftermarket parts. It's just that, aftermarket. You know what I'm saying? It's made by a whole nother company that was subcontracted to start making those pieces so they can change their molds in the original company, you know what I'm saying, to fit the next year's model. They done got rid of them old molds. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just one of them companies. And that's the reason why you have companies who make these aftermarket parts for some years, and then either they got to buy new molds. I used to do injection molding too. You know what I'm saying? Computer aided draft. I used to do all of that stuff, man. I used to be a UAW member. I used to work in auto plants before that, until it went down. You know what I'm saying? I used to make all different types. I used to make big giant parts. You know, so I used to make parts for the Viper. They discontinued the Viper. They had to change all the molds to fit a whole nother vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when the industry started going through problems. And you know what I'm saying, because I didn't have the seniority like some of these other people who was there like 20, 30 years. I was one of the first ones in the first wave to go. I didn't even see a buyout. Even with my own brother there as a union rep and all the other stuff, I didn't even see none of that. He did, but I didn't.